Welcome back, everybody. In this episode here, I'm going to talk a little bit about my day, just a little bit, let you know how I'm doing. The other thing I'm going to talk about is just saw recently a documentary. Well, I won't say documentary, but a video, the origins of the Wuhan virus. Now, early, very early, when I was first heard of this strange um pneumonia case going around China, there were many rumors about whether this was an engineered coronavirus. And the whole thing about the seafood, Hunan or Hanan seafood market was a ruse, a red herring, so to speak, because we're talking about red commie China, you know the communist uh, Chinese Communist Party, the whole thing is red, so a red herring. Whether that whole thing was a ruse, because it's kind of weird that the only bio lab in all of China is in Wuhan, and this coronavirus, Chinese coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2. It's strange they would name this thing SARS-CoV-2 or SARS-2-CoV or whatever it is. CCP virus. I mean, it's just this whole thing's just evolving. But this may shed some light, and if you really think about it, the more time goes on, the whole narration of whether this virus was engineered or zoonotic, it's starting to blur a little bit, and you know because one of the things is, like, some of the early anecdotal reports I was hearing, mainly I think Hong Kong, coming from Hong Kong, was a dog. Yes, a dog, your little pet dog, or maybe they're eating dog. Dogs that you eat. They do that in China. Um, Apparently contracted the coronavirus. Apparently, now it was played off as, well, the dog licking, the dog licking the human may have contracted the coronavirus or had coronavirus on its tongue, but the dog having coronavirus? Well, there's another anecdotal report, or a real report, that someone who was asymptomatic, and I'll try to throw you know, a B-roll over here, someone who was asymptomatic at a zoo in America transmitted the coronavirus to tigers. And apparently the zoo handler was confirmed to have the coronavirus. And also they tested the tigers, and the tigers are now confirmed to also have coronavirus. And that fits into this narrative that this coronavirus, Chinese coronavirus, novel coronavirus, SARS-2, CCP virus, is a bioengineered virus that leaked out of the lab, and and I wouldn't put it past the Chinese, at least the communist Chinese, to do this sort of things. They'll do all sorts of things. They'll sell your organs, cremate millions and millions of people, um, concentration camps. I mean, you got to remember, like, communist, at least communist China, don't believe in the life after or God. Um, you know, they live for now. They see things for now and nothing beyond that. So they will seize the opportunity and moment to do whatever they want, because there's no repercussions. There's no punishment, especially if you don't believe life after death. that you would either be punished after your spirit would be punished, or uh, an idea of hell. No morality, in my opinion. So there's that I want to talk about. I do want to talk a little bit about my day, because my day is, well, it's hopeful, because I'm seeing the numbers go down. I'm seeing numbers, at least the confirmed cases, leveling, but I am highly suspicious. I am highly suspicious. I think, in my opinion, these numbers that I'm getting, or that we're being, shown for the most part, uh, they're old numbers eventually leaked out. All right, they're eventually being shown transparently, because the timing, the I'm watching the daily briefings, and I'm also watching the numbers, and the tones are changing. They're the way they talk, and the information that's revealed in these press briefings, the White House task force daily press briefings on the coronavirus. It's almost like they know the numbers before they come out. So, and then it's transparent, but at the same time, it is. It almost seemed pre-planned in a lot of ways. That's just my opinion. That's how I'm reading things, but maybe it's just my imagination. But as the days go by, I am still picking up food, breakfast and lunch. And if my hand gets better, and by the way, my hand is getting a lot better. I'm able to. I could feel the bones kind of hardening a little bit. They're kind of the bones feel like they're hardening, and so I feel that maybe in a couple more weeks. I think I'm on my fourth week, fifth, sixth week. I should be recovering. I might actually ride my rad power bike and do a ride along to the school. Show you what it's like to pick up food on my electric bicycle. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Well, that's my day has been pretty good. The wife is out of quarantine, so now she's doing half of her share of the work, which is great, because my share of the work is, to lay down on the couch and recover from my broken hand for the most part. But I would do that without the broken hand anyway. Just lay down on the couch and relax. That's what my job is. So, anyways, excuse me. I know I'm just having fun here. The days are going by. I'm waiting for the days to go by where I'm just gonna go directly to let's go directly to the projections here. Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll up to America. 9 days for the peak, and a little bit after that, I was thinking April 20th. Maybe, yeah, April 20th. And, I'm waiting for April 20th. So we'll see how it comes out. And that's kind of what I've been waiting for. So I've got a long time to go. It is April 7th, 2020. Recording of this time is 9:46 p.m. So, anyways, let's go back to this here. Let's just go back up to the top. So, anyways, I'll leave a link to that video, the origins of the Wuhan virus. Leave a link in there in the notes section. Check it out. Interesting video. So there are a lot of rumors about this bio laboratory, level 4, whatever that is. How much of it's real, how much of it's fake, as time goes on, and the virus is now out in the open, so people are now studying this virus. They are stuttering this virus. They are studying the virus, and the fact that it's being transmitted to different species, from human to a tiger, human to a dog. I mean, this is getting crazy. As time goes on, more and more evidence seems to be percolating that this is an engineered virus, possibly by China, by the CCP, actually directed by the CCP to be engineered this way for a bioweapon, possibly. That was very early in the rumors. It may be true. It may be true. Go figure. And so I think eventually, after the dust settles, because we are in a pandemic emergency, that's not a big concern now. But I think later after the virus settles and dies down, and we're all infected, and there's a herd immunity, um, there will be questions, and China will probably have to answer to these questions, and maybe even take some responsibility. I mean, probably take responsibility or some form of responsibility. And in the future, I think all countries and all nations will now reevaluate. They will reevaluate their relationship with China, the government of China, the communist, Chinese Communist Party. They'll reevaluate their relationship, and I've always felt that there's some deceptive or ulterior motive with China in general. Um, I always, I think their goal is to take over the world, and in some ways, they have taken over the world with the coronavirus. Because if they engineered, or if the coronavirus came from China, and now the coronavirus is all over the world, essentially you could say China has taken all over the world. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's go into the numbers here before before this video gets too long. My day has been great. My day has been wonderful. It's just getting kind of boring, um, doing things. My hand is getting better. Eventually, I think I will start doing more and more things. I haven't made an appointment to my doctor. I don't think I want to go out right now. And by the time, the 6 weeks are up, my hand is probably most likely fully healed where I can ride the bike again. It'll be great to do some ride-alongs, rad power bikes, ride-alongs again. I'm sure some of you are missing that, but anyways, I'm interested in the coronavirus and the pandemic right now, and that's what I'm talking about. So new cases, almost 4,000, 396,223 total cases. Total new cases, almost about the same, 29,556 new cases today. The death has gone up though, but the total deaths is 12,722. Total new death, 1,939. So let's just take a look here. I don't know what's going on in Michigan. Looks like they've got a bump in case. New Jersey's got a bump in case. Some of these look like yesterday's numbers, but maybe it's my imagination. Anyways, I'll try to refresh it. I did everything around 7 p.m. so the numbers would all match up from the different sites. But when I came back to do the video, I refreshed one of the sites, which ruined everything. So sorry. Yeah. Anyways, we're all on borrowed time. It doesn't really matter. There's really no easy way out of this. I think eventually the end game, the end plan, is really just to have a herd immunity. Anyways, here's the site that I accidentally refreshed, and I'm sorry about it, but can't do a comparison because it kind of wiped out everything, and yesterday's numbers don't quite match up, So here it is. I do think I have another website for that. This website's good because it gives me the total tests on the total cases, which I think at this time we all know New York should be going down in the test per case ratio. I think they call it serology. I'm learning just like you. New Jersey and everything, Michigan. Anyways, I'll talk a little bit about that. I'm not interested in wondering where the next epicenter is because it's going to be everywhere. Everywhere, every state will have its turn to be the epicenter. All right, that's what's going on right now. Who's going to be first? Well, New York was first. Do you really want to be first? Not really. You don't want to be the first. If anything, you probably want to be the last because by then everyone should have decently recovered, and then all the quote unquote ventilators, the 40,000 ventilators, will, every state will have more ventilators than they know what to do with. They'll send it all to the last state who's become an epicenter. But anyways, here's my home state. 88,000 tests. All right, excellent. Total tests, 88,000 total tests. Just under 10%, 8,262 reported cases, 154 fatalities. Not that much fatalities considering, the population of the state. Harris County still the largest infected state, or the infected county. I'm in Fort Bend. That number is slowly increasing, and so just don't want to be out. Don't want to be out and about next 2 weeks. I've been in home. If anything, I was outside working on the yard with my daughter doing most of the work because I still got a broken hand. Yes, I'm still using my broken hand as an excuse not to do the yard work. Fatalities give you fatalities, which is not really a lot compared to some other states. Some other states have it really bad, and most likely most of these fatalities are people of over 65 who most likely, whether they got the flu or something else, probably might have passed away anyway. Maybe some young people. I think there was some people who were very young who passed away as well. So it's not, I don't want to make it seem like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Anybody who dies is an unfortunate event. But the age range. Now there's some dispute, or I don't know, not dispute, but there's some attention being given to race, like what race of people are most effective or most affected. And there's talk about how the African American, the black community is being disproportionately affected. And, why is that? Well, I think a lot of times most people who are working on a wage, unfortunately, are African American or black. And, when you have to go to work or not make rent or pay for food, you're going to go to work sick, or you're going to go to work and get sick by someone else. And unfortunately, you're paid hourly, so you have to show up for work in order to get paid. You're not like on a salary where you can just work from home or something. And so most of the jobs are labor jobs of some sort, or server jobs or something where you have to be there to actually do something. So that's probably one of the issues that may be making it disproportionate, maybe. But although other people do that as well, so I don't know why the attention to African Americans or blacks. I don't know. I don't think it matters. A life is a life. A death is a death, and it's unfortunate. So I don't think we should put too much emphasis on race. So I think race really doesn't matter in this situation. A life is a life. We're all, in the human sapien category. Doesn't matter what race, quote unquote, race you are. I mean, like 99% of our DNA is practically identical, other than that 1% that makes us look different. But other than that, I mean, we're pretty much all in the same boat here. Anyways, let me get back here. All right, so this is it says total 2030, which is close to 29. Let's just get back here. So my point in all this is that let's go down further. Is that whether it's 30 or 29, It's lower than the peak, which was at 33 of new confirmed daily cases. So as long as it stays below 33,000 and there's a consistent daily cases below that number, it's starting to flatten out. It's starting to peak. You have to give it more time to show it on a graph. You have to give it more time to show it on a graph like this. If I do a log, I want to see how it looks. Yeah, if you do a log, you can see the surge right here from this point on. It started surging, but you can see it arcing over now if you do a log. If you show it exponentially, because that's how viruses work, exponentially on a log chart. But on a normal chart, you won't quite see it. It'll take a while. It'll take a while. But on a log chart, you'll see that curve. You see the flattening right there, and it is. You can see it's bending and turning over. So give it more time. And who knows? Maybe the numbers are fudged to show it that way. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think there's a lot of transparency in America. I think if you put the fear of death into people and you tell them that there may be 100 to 200,000 people who will die, I've been saying, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've been saying, hey, there might be millions, millions of people who will die. You put the fear of death, or you could say the fear of God, into people, they'll do social distancing. They'll do whatever it takes. You'll be amazed. The blind will see, all right? The blind will see. The mute, the mute will talk, and the cripple will walk. All right. You put the fear of death or the fear of God into someone, they'll do, they'll perform miracles. So, when Dr. Fauci said there might be 100 to 200,000 people that will die, I think that woke people up. By the way, did I forget to call? What am I going to call this episode? I think I'm going to call this episode America Woke Up. America Woke Up. Because we're in recovery. This is technically, I think we're in recovery, in a pandemic recovery. This is not a financial recovery. Financial recovery is a whole different other video, which I'm probably not going to do, because by then my hand will healed up and I'm going to be riding my bike again. I don't work, by the way, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't think it really matters to my wife, or what she does. It doesn't matter. By the way, she is working out of the home and she is still getting paid, so there's nothing different happening to me. She's not doing her little side job, which I don't think really helps anyway. So I'm glad she's home, because she's doing a lot of the housework, and I'm just laying on the couch. Anyways, there's not much to see here. I already told you Michigan's the epicenter. Maybe Louisiana. Eventually, every state, every state, yep, every state will have its turn like a doorknob to be the epicenter. Every state, every place will have its turn to be the epicenter. So if you're not the epicenter now, you're not getting the attention, you're not doing a press, if your governor is not doing a press briefing every day, it will. It will. Everyone will get a turn. We're not out of the woods yet. This is just the first wave. The first major wave was New York, but you know, and as soon as that passes, everybody else will get their turn in a more milder form, I bet, because the fear of death will wake you up. All right, this is the U.S. I probably won't. I don't plan on really being out and about until April 20th. So around April 20th, I think that's my target date to go back to grocery shopping. Hopefully I stocked up enough, and it'll last me that long. I am going out to get food from the school. Man, I am like double buffing. I got a buff on, and then okay, so I'm wearing a buff so to cover my face, and then I'm putting the N95 mask on because it leaves a really indented mark on your skin, and then I'm wrapping over the buff over the N95, up over, not down over, but up over, and then I'm putting the surgical mask on top of that, and then I'm putting another buff to cover the whole thing to hide it, because I don't want people to know I got an N95 mask or a surgical mask, because I think that's frowned upon, because I'm taken away from the frontliners. hey, if I'm out and about, I'm a front line now. I may not be helping other people, but I'm protecting myself. That's what counts. Remember, um, when the world goes to hell in a handbasket, it's all about self-preservation. It really is. So let me go to Texas here, and I'm almost done with this video. We're pretty much on a recovery, so nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Just gotta do social distancing until like forever. That's all. That's all. Anyways, I don't think Texas has much to worry about. It has enough hospital beds. It has enough ICU beds. It's just a question of how long do you want to shelter in place? How long do you want to stay home? April 20th. Let me see. When is this? April 19th. It's its peak. So in Texas, April 20th is the peak, and I may go out, do one more grocery shopping, and then come out, really start coming out, probably April, uh, April 25th. I'm thinking April 25th is when I might really be comfortable to go out again, out and about. Maybe, maybe. I got 12 more days. This was all updated too, by the way. I'll update April 7th Pacific time. And projected death per day, 72 in one day. Not bad considering there's many other places. 2,000 total deaths in Texas, not that bad considering some other states have, a lot more right now. May get up to 20,000. Some of them are projected to get, up to almost 20,000 deaths. That's a lot. That's a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna conclude this episode here. America woke up. America woke up. Wake up, America. Wake up, because it's not over yet. This is just the first wave. There will be a second wave, and there will be other things. We still have economic fallout, social collapse, potential of social collapse. I'm not saying it will, but there's potential of social collapse. I'm still waiting for my body armor. Hopefully I'll get it soon. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, comment down below. What are you doing in this pandemic crisis? Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.